many shrimp, I got iodine partners.
My bitch a choosy lover, never fuck without a rubber. Never in the sheets like it on top of the cover. Money on the dresser, drive a compressor. Top notch hoes get the most, not the lesser. Trash like the buck for $40 in the club. Fucking up the game, bitch, it gets no love. She be cross country, giving all that she got. 1,000 a pop, I'm pulling business off the lot. I smashed up the gray one, bought me a red. Every time we hit the parking lot, we turn head. Some hoes wanna choose, but them bitches too scary. Your bitch chose me, you ain't a pimp, you a fairy.
A pimp, not a simp. A pimp, not a simp. A pimp, not a simp. We eat so many shrimp, I got iodine partners.
Baby, you been rolling solo, time to get down with the team. The grass is greener on that other side. If you know what I mean, I show you shit you never seen. The 7 wonders of the world. And I can make you the 8th if you wanna be my girl. I say my girl, I don't mean my woman, that ain't my style. Need a real street stalker, walk a green mile. Piling up the paper on the dining room table. Cause you able to realize I'm the truth and not a fable. Baby, rockin' Russian sable, keep that chiller on the rack. What I look like with some $1,000 shit up on my back. I'm $1 million man, they need $1 billion bitch. Put my pimpin' in your life, watch your daddy get rich. Easy as ABC, simple as 1, 2, 3. Get down with UGK, Pimp CBU with B. Cause what's a hoe with no pimp, and what's a pimp with no hoe? Don't be a lame, you know the game and how it goes. We try to get chose.
A pimp, not a simp. A pimp, not a simp.
All right.
A pimp, not a simp. We eat so many shrimp, I got iodine partners.
Hi, everybody. It's Artie of Artie's Corporate Fiction. How you guys doing? Happy Tuesday to all of you. It's gonna be a relatively quick stream, nothing too crazy. There's a couple of court videos that look pretty interesting. Shout out to Old Squishy Gardener. Yeah. Also, thanks OBS for now telling me that my output path for my recordings have been busted this entire time, preventing me from being able to record my streams and allow my potential editor, potential new editor, to look at it and do something with it. So I can't even stop the stream to reset the path and then start recording because OBS won't let me while I'm live. So screw it. Anyway, I'll have to fix that after the stream is over. So, yeah, 07. Welcome everybody. We're just gonna go real quick into these. They're not too long. And you know, screw it. We'll do it live, right? Yeah. So this one features a sovereign citizen, apparently. I haven't seen this one yet. If y'all are asking for Maik, was here. Where'd he go? I don't know. Maik. See if he recognizes his name yet. Maik. Oh, hi. Uh-oh. The name is starting to stick, huh? Hi. The people want to see you. There you go. Hi. Okay, there you go. And there's Maik. He's like, what the hell? This is why you called me over? Screw you. I don't need you anymore. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. Let him go. All right. Here you go. Sakude, thank you for the $5. It's an old EVE Online greeting. Just stuck with it after This whole time, I hope you and the kids are doing well. They're doing well. Well, '07 is also just like the universal sign for salute. So that's how I recognize it.
Miss Alexander, what is it?
Well, I just want to make it known to the court in order for me to proceed. I first require the court to recognize I'm here in a special appearance.
Oh, oh, well. All right. Go.
Okay, I'm
Beneficial.
not going to do that, Miss Alexander. Miss Alexander, you're either here or you're not here.
All right, I already like this judge. She already shut it down immediately. So I do appreciate that. Not entertaining any of this mess. So I do appreciate that.
So I'm not.
Well, I can't proceed until the court recognizes my right of subrogation.
Okay.
And
Oh god! Oh, the subrogation BS. I haven't heard that in a long time. So subrogation, and for those who don't know, subrogation is more than likely, most often, a term used in insurance situations. Subrogation is so I'll give you the most common example is, say you are insured, right? You're in a car accident and you have car insurance, and your insurer says that you are completely not at fault, at all. We look at everything, you're not at fault, it's their fault. So the right of subrogation means that what will happen is that the insurer, and if the opposing party is being obstinate, or the opposing insurer is being obstinate and not wanting to pay or what have you, what the insurer will do is they'll take care of you, take care of your repairs, and then they will take over your interest when in filing litigation. So your insurer will take the other party to court to get the money, get the award. But because it's what you want, because it's supposed to be your claim, the insurer is taking over your interest so that they'll be the ones that get the reward, not necessarily you. So, in other words, your insurer is taking over your place as a party in order to get the reward that would normally go to you directly. But a lot of not a whole lot, but sovereign citizens like to do this right of subrogation thing. I think as part of their whole straw man thing, where they're supposed to be taking over the interest of the straw man, or vice versa, or something like that. But let's continue.
plaintiff certificate that the right to please take the notice of the bill of complaint that was filed.
Miss Alexander, I looked over what you filed. Are you a minor? Are you under 18 years old?
That's not again.
I asked you a question, Miss Alexander. I'm not going to do this with you. Are you under 18 years old, Miss
Oh, she's probably saying that I'm not a ward of the state or something like that.
Alexander?
I cannot proceed
Okay. Then we
until
will.
this court
If you're not
recognizes
here,
my right.
if you're not going to tell me,
I
that
cannot
you're- okay.
proceed until
I'm going to talk now, and you're not going to interrupt me. So I put you.
Best judge ever. I love this judge. Not taking any of this crap and not wasting everybody else's time by going back and forth with her, because everybody else is waiting for her to deal with their mess. And I appreciate the judge is respecting everybody else's time to not entertain this.
Unmute. Miss Alexander, if you are not here, then there is going to be a default order entered. I am not going to play games with you today. I asked you a question. If you are under 18 years old because you filed a bunch of documents saying stuff about being a minor, that is my question to you. I'm not going to recognize you as
Hey,
a
Riku.
special representative. You're either here or you're not here. We don't have, if you're an attorney representing somebody, then we will do that. But other people don't lay people do not represent lay people. So you're either here or you're not here. Okay. So I'm going to unmute you and you can let me know the answers to my questions.
Uh-oh.
I'm here as the title holder of my birth certificate.
Ah, and it's
I have my birth
continuing.
certificate right here.
Why is she posting her birth certificate?
Miss Alexander, how old are you?
Again, I'm here as the
Oh, she's not answering.
equitable
Cut her off.
title holder of this birth certificate.
Miss Alexander, how old are you?
So are you not going to recognize my rights?
How old are you, Miss Alexander?
Are you not going to recognize my
Okay.
rights in this?
Okay, we're done. We're done. We're done.
You can put Miss Alexander in the waiting room for a few minutes. We'll bring her back out when she's ready to. All right. Put her in the
Hi.
waiting room, Miss Rodriguez, please. All right.
Bye.
All right, Miss Alexander, we're gonna try
she
this
back?
again, okay?
Uh-oh.
I'm trying to find out if Marquetta.
Yeah, guys, let's press a 1 in chat if you think that she's going to follow the rules this time. Press 2 if no.
Alexander is here. If not, then it's a default situation, okay? So that's what I'm trying to figure out. If you want to unmute and answer my question.
Your Honor, your question was my age and whether or not my complaint that I filed is saying that that I was underage, and that's not what that complaint says. It clearly states that I said that I am not a minor and I'm not an infant.
Oh, it
And
says
the
on the
reason-
very first page of your complaint or your answer, Marquetta Alexander, comma, infant/minor. So that's why I asked you.
And
So
if
you're-
you and
Okay,
if
so
you
Miss
look at
Alexander, here's the thing.
Ma'am?
Uh-oh.
Okay, here's the thing. I want you to answer my question. Are you a minor?
Ma'am, I never said I was a minor.
So what's the answer to my
That's still not an answer to the question.
question?
I'm not a minor.
Okay, so
Ah.
thank you. All right.
There, finally. Took us long enough, but she finally answers the question.
So Miss Alexander, you are here today. Is that correct?
I'm here
Okay.
as the beneficial,
Uh-oh. You mean beneficiary.
equitable title holder of the certificate that I showed you for the reason that it's a frivolous dispossessory because it's on a business and that is an individual.
What?
The contract has never been
A business is not an individual, but again, this is another thing that sovereign citizens do, especially with the Alphonse Fagiolo, which we haven't had an update on Fagiolo in a while, not since he lost in federal court by trying to say that he doesn't have to pay property taxes. But one of his big shtick is that because individual is included in the definition of person alongside of corporation, association, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. He's saying that because individuals in there, therefore an individual cannot mean flesh and blood human being. An individual can only also be a corporate fiction or a fictional entity, which is remedial. There we go. I got to use the softer word. So I was gonna say the other R word, but I shouldn't. I'm gonna say it's remedial as all hell.
contracted with the individual. There is
Okay.
no social.
All right, we're not jumping into a trial right now. As I said at the beginning, everybody is going to have a conversation to see if y'all can reach an agreement. So I'm going to put you all in a breakout room. If we need to set it for a trial, we'll set it for a trial, and everyone can put their
Can I have a
exhibit
witness?
in. Excuse me. Do not interrupt me while I'm talking.
Ooh.
sorry.
If we need to have a trial, we will have a trial, and everyone can put in their exhibits and their leases and everything. Okay. But I'm not going to say anything else right now. Let's put them, Miss Alexander and Miss Bofield, in a breakout room to see, is your witness, Miss Bofield, do you have a witness here?
Yes, Your Honor, Ms. Hunt.
All right, we'll put those three in a breakout room and see if you all can reach an agreement. If not, just come on out. Oh, you can proceed, Miss Bofield.
Yes, Your Honor. So we have entered into a pay and stay arrangement. The amount that will
Wow.
be paid is $4,820.47, which represents rent from November through March. It needs to be paid by March 11th to the landlord in certified funds by 5 p.m.
Okay.
If that is paid, then of course the tenant is allowed to stay. We will dismiss the action. If it is not paid, then we will be seeking a writ and a judgment for that same amount.
And Miss Bofield, is the judgment, does that, I'm sorry, did you say that's all of rent for March?
Yes, Your Honor, that is the complete monthly rent for March.
So if that payment is missed, wouldn't the judgment be reduced to
It would
the,
be reduced until the 7th. Yes, Your Honor. So that's
to the 11th, you mean?
to the 11th. I'm so sorry. Yes. So it would be reduced. Let's see. It would be reduced to $4,391.76.
Okay, thank you for doing that adjustment. All right, Miss Alexander, if you will unmute and raise your right hand for me, please.
That's a good question. It could. Part of me said it was an apartment, but it actually could also be a commercial space, I think.
Do you swear from the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be true and correct under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
Thank you, Miss Alexander. You can lower your hand. I'm going to go over the terms with you to make sure that's what you agreed to. So you all came to a pay and stay agreement. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Did you agree that if you pay $4,820.47 by 5 p.m. on March 11th, 2024, that you would be able to remain in the property and they would dismiss the case?
Well, yeah, I did, but I would like to agree to the new amount.
Okay,
based
well,
off of
just as
the-
I'll explain it in a second.
Okay.
That
Yes, I
amount-
agreed to that. Yes, I agreed.
Yeah,
to that.
that's the amount that includes.
I
all-
agreed. Yes.
Okay, so what I was
Yes.
saying is, and then if you miss the payment, they would get an immediate writ of possession and a judgment for the amount, but only
I see.
through that date.
Okay, I understand.
And
Yes.
that amount would be $4,391.76.
Yes,
Okay,
Okay.
is that your agreement?
I agree. Yes.
Okay. All right, Miss Alexander. Good luck to you. You are excused from court. I hope that pay and stay works for you. And Miss Bofield, if you can send in that proposed order, we will then, after I sign it, it will be emailed to both of you. All right.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
I'm actually very curious. I wonder, like, the only reason I can think of is that she's not a true believer. I think that she tried to pull this, not really understanding what she was doing. And when it was clear that the judge was not entertaining her BS, and when the writing was on the wall, I think she kind of like caved and gave up. And that's my speculation. But most true believers don't cut deals, as we all know. I think she just like thought she could try and pull something as a last ditch effort, but I mean that's purely my speculation. But most of the time, true believers they don't cave this quickly. So
All right. Everyone on this case is excused. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
All right.
Ms. Meyer, what time did you show up for court today?
hold on, I want to show you guys that Mike is still here. The void is still here, just hanging out. Just to let you guys know, he's still here.
Like 9:02.
Say that again?
Like 9:02, I barely made it.
She's been here this whole time, deputy?
Yes, she's been here.
All right. Mr. Patterson, how does your client wish to proceed?
Your Honor, I would announce at this time pursuant to plea negotiations in 23 CR 3058, she is going to enter a plea of guilty to interference as well as possession of paraphernalia. States agreed to dismiss count 3 disorderly conduct as well as dismiss 22 TR 4156.
Okay, dismiss the 4156 entirely, with or without.
With your
Okay, so, wait, it was
Honor.
with or without. What do you mean by with or without?
As well
Okay,
as
so
dismiss 22 TR, enter a plea of guilty to interference as well as possession of paraphernalia. States agreed to dismiss count 3 disorderly conduct as well as dismiss 22 TR 4156.
Okay, dismiss the 4156 entirely, with or without.
with or without means when they're talking about paraphernalia and she says with or without, they're saying more than likely they're saying with intent to distribute, which usually obviously is a more serious charge. So possession of paraphernalia with the intent to distribute, or yeah.
With your Honor.
Okay, and then on the other case, guilty to count 1 interference and count 2 para, is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Dismissed any remaining counts, okay. So Ms. Meyer, is that your plea agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, with or without prejudice. That could also be too.
00058 to count 1 interference with law enforcement.
Thank you, Deacon, for the 37 months.
Is anyone making you enter this plea of guilty by any threats or promises?
No, ma'am.
Plead in count 2, possession of paraphernalia. How do you plead it? Do you plead guilty in both counts, interference and possession of paraphernalia? You understand, if I accept your pleas, there'll be no trial. You'll be found guilty and unable to appeal the conviction.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So what happened on December 4th, 2023, that in your own words would make you guilty of interference with a law enforcement officer?
I refuse to be arrested.
You refused to be arrested? What behavior did you have as you refused?
I used my 1st, 4th, 5th, and 11th Amendment.
I'm having a little bit of a hard time hearing you. Can you say that again, please?
I just applied like amendments. I walked away, really. That's all that I did, and continued.
Hang on a second. Hold on, time out. Wait, which amendments did she use?
I'm having a little bit of a hard time.
I used my 1st, 4th, 5th, and 11th.
The 11th Amendment? The 11th Amendment prohibits suits between limits suits between citizens of other states against citizens of one state against other states. Like that I don't know if the 11th Amendment is what she's thinking of.
I'm having a little bit of a hard time hearing you. Can you say that again, please?
I just applied like amendments. I walked away, really. That's all that I did, and continued about my day. Like I went to the bank.
So you said you used your 3rd and 4th amendments?
The 1st, 4th, 5th, and 11th Amendment, yeah.
Which amendments are those that you're referring to?
I'm unsure.
And Judge, if I may help, I would tell a court that as a factual basis, what she would tell the court is that the police officers had directed her to turn around, place her hands behind her back, and that she was being placed under arrest, that she did not physically follow along with their directions, and in fact was resisting some, so that that would qualify as the interference that she's pleading guilty to.
Very good, but I want to know what her understanding of these amendments are as to what she did when she.
My rights as an American to be free.
Okay, what you said you applied your third amendment. What did you do?
No, my first,
She said, I think she did say third. I thought, I didn't think she said third amendment the first time, but she did.
fourth, fifth, and 11th amendment.
First, fourth.
Which
That's
one
all
was
that
Okay,
I
that's-
said.
That's what I said. I didn't. I think she misspoke earlier. I didn't think she said third. I thought she said first, fourth, fifth, and 11th.
I said I'm applying my first, my fourth, fifth, and 11th amendment.
Okay, and what's
Like
the
my rights to be free.
what's the first amendment that you're citing? Can you tell me what it is?
No, I cannot. I have it written down somewhere in a notebook. I know I had my
Okay,
notebook
so
on
you
me.
don't know what the
I
First
was
Amendment
ready.
is?
Not off the top of my head,
And
but I have it in a notebook that I had on me that day, and I
Break, I
was
think of it in 4
ready to
months.
read them to him. He said I was being arrested for disorderly conduct.
what's the Fourth Amendment, if you know?
It's in my notebook, ma'am. I'm
Fifth?
not
Do you know the
educated.
fifth?
I
Do you know the
Google,
fifth?
ma'am,
Do you know the Fifth Amendment that you used?
I know that I have it written down and I had them prepared
Yes, yes.
to state to him.
All right, so I presume you don't know the 11th Amendment either,
I plead the fifth.
do you? Can you tell me what the 11th Amendment is that you were using on the officer that day?
Yeah, I would love to know her
Rights as
knowledge
a
on the
person
11th.
To be free and freedom of speech. I know that.
Beef.
we all have
That's the
something.
11th Amendment?
Pretty sure it actually has something to do with like my rights to be a parent.
To be a
But
what?
To be
rights to
a
right.
parent, like it has something to do with like my parental rights.
Quite.
All right.
Uh,
So you think you had these amendments written in a notebook and
I
you were
have them
going
written
to
in a
get read
notebook.
them to him, but you were going to read them to the officer, but you didn't?
He didn't give me a chance. It was him and like two other officers that came and
So
put
as
me
you're,
on the ground because
as
I
you're-
walked away because he did not have any reason to necessarily arrest me. He drove past me and then did a U-turn and then blocked me off to go to the bank.
okay. So do you agree that you did what your attorney said you did?
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
I'm guilty.
Okay. And did you have some drug paraphernalia at the time?
Yes, I did.
What'd you have?
I am unsure what they found in my bag, but I know that I had paraphernalia on me.
These were items you were going to use to ingest or inhale some illegal substances?
It was like at the bottom of my bag. I was not high the day that they arrested me.
Okay.
Glass pipe, Your Honor.
Well, oh, a glass pipe. Okay.
Yes.
A pipe that you'd use to smoke what? Marijuana, meth,
Mm, I don't know.
some kind of illegal drug?
Yep, some sort of illegal drug.
Okay, controlled substance. All right. I'll accept the pleas and find you guilty, dismiss the remaining disorderly count and the other case. Recommendations for sentencing?
In count one, the state would recommend a fine of $100, a 6-month underlying suspended for a 12-month non-reporting probation. And in count two, a $50 fine, 30-day underlying to be run concurrent to count one, suspended for a 12-month non-reporting, as well as any cost or fees.
Anything further, Mr. Patterson?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so Ms. Meyer, where do you work?
I'm working for,
Okay,
we set up outside of like Lowe's and like
6 months and what she's $150 and then 6 months of non-reporting probation. Basically, you know, stay out of trouble for 6 months and you're golden.
Outwoods and stuff like that.
sure. And is this like 40 hours a week, full-time?
I would say more like 30, like a part-time.
Okay. I am going to waive attorney fees, but on count one, the interference, your fine is $100 and your sentence is 6 months in the county jail, but I will suspend that.
Oh,
Count two, the drug
bad.
paraphernalia will be
I thought it was
$50
probation.
fine, a concurrent 30-day jail sentence. suspended.
I thought that was probation, not
You
jail
will
sentence.
pay $158 in court costs and $60 supervision fee. You will be on a reporting 12-month probation.
Oh, man, I was way off.
Call court services or go by there as soon as this hearing is over, although they're probably closed until 1 or 1:30. But you must report to them today. I'm ordering all standard conditions of probation. I wish you success on this case. Please do what you're told so you don't have to come back and see me again.
Yes, ma'am. Thank
All
you.
right, thank you. You're free to go, and as we are in recess.
Yeah, Hitchbot, I have seen the Dine and Dash Day Trader. He like it's like what Moist Critical said. He is the personification of a Reddit mod. So I've seen that one. All right. We can go back to Judge Simpson. How about that?
Morgan Barroso on behalf of the people.
Bridget Coons on behalf of Mr. Ostermiller. Mr. Ostermiller, state your name for the record.
Jeffrey Ostermiller.
Claire on behalf of probation. Your Honor, Mr. Ostermiller is scheduled before the court today on a violation of probation. Mr. Ostermiller.
Bucklers, think of the 5 gifted memberships.
24th, 2024, on a violation of the contact order. So the court is aware, Mr. Ostermiller at that time did have no non-consensual contact with the victim in this case. There was an incident that took place at her home.
All right, so, and thank you, all of you, for the re-ups in memberships. All right, so this is a no contact order and potential violation of said no contact order. So good luck. Good luck.
She asked him to leave. And in the police report that I reviewed, Your Honor, it took him multiple minutes before he left the premises or left the house. He was in the garage when police arrived, and he was arrested due to the contact order. Mr. Ostermiller was in custody. He was arraigned. The magistrate then put in place a no bond with the victim in this case, and bond was set. Mr. Ostermiller posted bond on February 26th, and he was released. Since that time, Your Honor, I did receive documentation from the victim in this case where Mr. Ostermiller has continued to communicate with her, multiple communications via text, emails, Google Docs, and I have provided all documentation to the court.
Yes.
Given the continued violation of the contact order and the prior violations from Mr. Ostermiller in this case, in entirety, probation is now asking that the court sentence Mr. Ostermiller to 93 days in jail, credit for 27 days that he's served on this case, and to serve the balance. But the court apply the bond that he posted recently, which was a $5,010. That is in his name. I would ask that the court apply that to his outstanding bond, waive remaining terms, except his other financial obligations, discharge him from probation.
Yeah, I gotta say, communicating with her via Google Docs is pretty wild. What the hell, man? Whew. Mr. I have a Cash App, but I don't use it. I just take tips via Super Chats or via my stream elements link.
Without
Your Honor,
That's
at
what
this
you're
time,
asking, of
Mr.
course.
Ostermiller does deny the allegations, and we would ask for this to be set up for a hearing. In the meantime, we'd ask that he be able to continue bond. He has completed some of the components through probation. I think that he is trying.
Well, he's in Ann Arbor. Why doesn't he come down? We can do the hearing today.
Uh-oh.
I'm staying with my mother in Santa Cruz.
How far is that?
About an hour and a half.
I got time.
Oh no! Oh, you're screwed, man. No. What? Oh no. Oh, he thought he was gonna be cute. He thought he was gonna be cute by not being there in person. Oh no. Uh-oh. And I just scared my eke away. It's okay.
I have no transportation, Your Honor.
Well, you want me to send somebody to get you?
Oh, don't worry. We can get you an Uber. How about that?
I prefer if there were any alternative, I would take it.
God damn it! All right, I love Judge Simpson, man. He just I love him. I love Judge Simpson. He's just great. I love like perfection.
You can come down or we can come get you. Which would you prefer?
If you need me to come down, I can make every arrangement possible to try to come down.
And what I'll do is I'll adjourn this matter to 3 o'clock. Well, what time is it? 1:30? I'll adjourn this matter to 3:30.
Thank you.
Thank you.
District Court for County of Washington, State of Michigan is now back in session.
You may be seated. Court does call the case of the People versus Oscar Miller.
Assistant Prosecuting Attorney Morgan Barroso on behalf of the people.
Bridget Coons on behalf of Mr. Ostermiller. Oh. If you can state your name for the record.
Jeffrey Ostermiller.
All right.
Yeah, yep. when my man is right behind you, it's over. It's over. It's Jover. How the kids say it. Forget it.
I think we went through on Zoom the violations that are alleged and the recommendation, but you may go ahead, Ms. Coons.
Your Honor, at this time, my client would like to admit to the violations. And we would be asking that the court depart from the recommendations for good cause. He is, as far as the no contact goes, we in no means mean to excuse it, but he received 7 texts before he replied.
She's trying. I feel bad for these defenders. I feel bad. I mean, what could she do? What could she do in this situation? It's obvious he violated it. The concession that he violated. I mean, I feel bad for her, but he's an idiot. But it's on him. It's not her fault. It's her client's fault. You know.
To the victim in this case. Again, I'm not trying to mitigate it. He understands that that was against court order. But he felt that at that time, it would have been okay to reply since she was texting him so much. As to everything else,
So which about the first incident then?
The consensual contact or non-consensual?
That turned into non-consensual contact.
So as far as that goes, Mr. Ostermiller, I think that there's an issue with the police report. Our focus is more so he admits to the text and calls. As to the consensual contact, he was told to leave. He was packing his bag. The police had arrived to the house.
Before I was told to leave. Correct.
Yeah. And then at that point, he was arrested. He is currently inside individual therapy. He goes once a week. He discusses issues like this, including his relationship. He even has an appointment today at 4 o'clock. He's currently in the domestic violence program. He's 12 classes down, has one that he's supposed to go to tonight as well. He completed the intensive outpatient program, finished that inside November. He's been compliant with the sober link. Currently,
5 days.
5 days.
5 days shy of my 6-month chip.
Yeah, 6 months sober. He goes to AA meetings daily
sorry.
and does have a sponsor.
So thank you, CT, for the 5 gifted memberships. I appreciate it. So so it sounds like, to be fair, it seems like he is being relatively compliant with other aspects of the order and what he in all the outpatient help and counseling. So it's like, well, I mean, persnickety, it's more than likely that if he's able to provide the receipts for it, it doesn't seem like there's, I don't know. Well, we don't know. I guess we don't know at this juncture, but it could be possible that he is being compliant with this. It's just the problem is he's still talking to her. I do think there is an argument to be made. Gary, what you were saying earlier is that there could be an element of unfairness that if the protected party keeps on contacting him over and over and over and over again, is it, I mean, can we put ourselves in the shoes and say, would we ultimately relent and try to respond? I don't know. I mean, I've never been in that situation myself. You can make, I think an argument could be made that that the protected party is instigating, right? Instigating a contact, and it could, as you could, it wouldn't be technically entrapment, but you could make the argument there. But that would be something that you'd have to have a hearing over, right? Rather than relenting and talking to him. But I also agree, persnickety, he did choose to go to the house though. And he wouldn't leave, or allegedly wouldn't leave. They're contesting some of the facts of the police report. So we can't necessarily say that is absolute fact. But because the judge said that there was a consensual contact that turned into non-consensual contact. So there could be a dispute in fact as to whether or not, when did the consensual contact turn into non-consensual and what were the circumstances surrounding it. And they're explicitly contesting the what was stated in the police report. So that's a contested issue that they can bring up later on. I think the issue might be the text messages though. But again, there's not a whole lot here just
with
yet.
the 12 Coconuts home group. He does have a full-time job and works inside the IT department. He has 2 upcoming huge projects with deadlines that he'd like to try to meet, as well as he's in the process of reconciling with his children. I do have 2 letters from Recovery Technology and Hagira Health Incorporated. He went to their programmings, and both of them said that he was doing well in them and he was very much participated inside the activities. So we asked that he be allowed to continue with probation. And I think.
So, I mean, at least in this regard, at least he's giving his attorney something for her to advocate for. So if she's able to argue that that in other aspects of this, this domestic violence thing or whatever the hell they got going with the court order, he seems to be complying with other aspects of the court order with counseling, maintaining full-time employment, staying out of trouble, otherwise. So it seems like there's something for the attorney to work with, but
that he is apologetic about the scenario.
Anything from the people?
No, Your Honor, we ask that you follow the Ms. Flores' recommendation.
All right. Anything else from probation?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Ostermiller, we've tried to work with you through this case, and the reports I get, and it's part of the problem is.
However, again, I don't know the history here. However, with all of my charitability being given to this guy, if this is like the third or fourth violation of the no contact order, all of that charitability goes right out the window.
Is that rather than following what should be done, you always want to do things your own way. And it allow you a little bit of latitude, and you just continue to not follow what they're asking you to do. I don't understand, after being arrested the first time, why even after 7, 10, 15, 20 texts, I don't even understand why you respond. I don't even get it.
I should have blocked the number. I should have done anything but contact her back. I should have. I take full responsibility.
Born to be free. How does one become a legal person? Your mom. Let me know if you need me to answer in a serious manner, and I'll let you know.
That it was a lapse in judgment. It was a lesson learned that will never be repeated. Until the day that I die, I will never contact Miss Mason, make any attempt to contact her, go to her place of residence or work, or anything. I want to be as far away from this woman in this relationship as possible.
Anything else you want to tell me, sir?
I made a big mistake.
Hey, Celine Driver.
I made a big mistake this week. It is not a mistake that I will repeat ever.
So, Deacon, it sounds like that. Well, even the judge sounds like he's conceding that she apparently allegedly texted him 20 times before, I guess, he caved and responded, resulting in a violation. Could we say that that's baiting? Yes. Does the law necessarily care? Not really. I would agree that it seems unfair, but he should have done what he said that he should have done, which was block the number. He should have just blocked the number.
I just don't understand. I'm going to waive all remaining terms except the financial obligations. I'll discharge the defendant from probation without improvement. The $500 bond that he applied will be applied to the fines and costs in this case. Sir, I'm done. I give
Yep.
people chances all the time. And I don't understand the arrest, get arraigned, then contact. Makes no sense to me.
Yep.
And I think it's because of the way that you try to do things through your probation, and that is try to do things your way. And if it hadn't been for Miss Polaire correcting you before it got to me, this day probably would have come long before now. But the way that this is going to be now is I'm going to order 93 days in jail.
Yeah. And I respect Judge Simpson, and it tells me the only reason why he's saying we're done is because he probably has given him a lot more chances before this. This wasn't a one-off. This wasn't a first time violation. It sounds like this is like after multiple prior violations.
I'll give you credit for the 27 that you served. I am going to order the defendant is to serve the balance. Defendant is remanded.
So yeah, I think there are other previous videos on this guy of him, I guess, allegedly violating the orders as well. So sucks to see, but it also sounds like this isn't his first rodeo. All right, I have no idea who this Better Call Saul Karen is, but I guess we'll find out today. And this will be the last one, but Deacon, I'll check that out another time for sure. Maybe tomorrow or Friday. But I have no idea who Better Call Saul Karen is.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm here on Zoom.
Okay,
Your Honor, this is Nancy. Your Honor, Nancy Gerler, appearing on phone Zoom.
Yeah, I will read it for just a moment.
Hey, welcome, Bigger Raiders. Hey, guys. We're closing up shop with this last video.
All right, and where?
I haven't seen this one yet.
Your Honor, good morning. I am requesting a money judgment from the court.
Oh,
for
yeah?
A total of $12,238.
Neat.
This amount includes unpaid rent of $12,950.
All right.
Cost of $215.
Say that again. How much is the unpaid rent?
The unpaid rent is $12,950. The court costs are
Hey, Biggin.
$215 and the service fee was $68.
Guys, shout out to Biggin. He always has the best court videos to laugh at, watch. Always some really interesting stuff too. So guys, check him out if you haven't already.
And I'm refunding the security deposit in full, even though the apartment was not clean to the degree that. Yeah.
Hold on. How much was the security deposit?
What?
How much was the security deposit?
It was $995.
Okay, so let me ask this question.
Yes.
If you're requesting a money judgment and there's rent owed, why are you returning the security deposit?
Oh, no, I don't. Oh, I'm deducting it from the rent owed. And the balance, the total the balance owing is $12,238.
I see.
Does that make sense?
Well, $12,238 or so after you deducted the security deposit out. She's no longer in the unit.
Right. She moved out on February 2nd at midnight.
Okay.
Gerler, what do you have to say about that?
Your Honor, number one, there was no inventory taken upon move-in. Therefore, she has no claim against the security deposit, which should
That's
be
not,
applied.
ma'am, let me stop you there. That's not true. Because under the Security Deposit Act, if there's rent that's due and owed, she could take the security deposit for past due rent.
Which is true.
Absolutely, and I volunteered that in court December 20th. I told her she could keep that rent for January's, the damage deposit
About the
for
rest of the,
January's rent.
so what do you have to say about the rest of the monies owed?
Your Honor, I have presented to you previously. I have been subject to chronic illness.
Oh, no.
And there are now 4 separate occasions where Ms. Peel was not cooperating with myself or agencies to assure monies for her. As I mentioned previously, Faith in Action had offered her monies that she refused. I knew that we could be brought current up to the $3,000, almost $3,000 owed at that time in July of 2022 when she declined to take the money. My conclusion was she wanted me to move, and Ms. Biles at Faith in Action said that the $2,000 allocation I could then use to help me move, put down security, and first month's rent. I proceeded to attempt to move, started organizing and getting rid of things, getting things out of storage, and got sick again with COVID in August of 2022. I was served another notice to quit December 2nd, 2022. After I had spent all of November emptying my storage units to get to the large furniture items, I told them I would sell, give them monies, which I proceeded to do
Ms. Gerler.
in December.
Ms. Gerler.
I'm telling you. Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to yell at me.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to, sir. I'm sorry.
I was like, wait.
Okay.
Who do you think you're talking to right there? Jesus.
Okay, that's fine, but you do not need to yell at me. I am trying to stop you because what you're telling me seems to me to be irrelevant. That would be relevant to the issue of possession. But you've given up possession of the unit.
I have given up possession of the unit.
She is asking for a money judgment.
Bro.
Exactly, sir. So, I have attempted to pay her money and do whatever I could
Nice,
to pay her
Chrissy.
money all the way along. In January of 2023, she asked me, could I pay it
Hey,
for 5
Sathel.
months, which I did consistently.
Ma'am, are you saying you do not owe this money?
I'm saying that any help I tried to get from any agency to pay her, including Hawk, after our last court date, I had an appointment with Hawk on December 18th.
Oh my God.
I believe that Hawk was still out there to help me with this money judgment, and I checked back in with Hawk.
Ma'am, they won't help with the money judgment. They will help you maintain your tenancy by paying if you're going to remain in the unit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not how that. Yeah, they're not going to help you with a money judgment.
But you're out of the unit now.
Sir, Ms. Peel did not return the calls on December 19th or January 3rd from Hawk, reaching out to her to try to assist with this situation.
But we're past that. We're past that point though. You're out. You're already out.
The case, there might have been help from them and their affiliated agents when I attempted to get help from other agencies, including the Department of Health and Human Services, when the situation where fraud might have been done in the name of another tenant wasn't cleared up for me either. So no, I do not feel that I owe the full judgment here.
Finally, she
have done.
All right, that's
she gives a
fine.
straight answer.
Ma'am, that's fine. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set this for trial. Both of you need to appear in person, and I'll just have a trial. You guys need to bring all your paperwork, because what you're explaining to me, ma'am, would be rental assistance if you were going to stay in the unit. You're no
Exactly
longer in the unit, but you
True.
feel that you don't owe the money. If you don't owe the money, then that's got to be hashed out, and we're going to have a trial.
Your Honor, I do not feel that I owe the full amount, and
We know.
trial to do this.
That's the
fine.
way we do it. It's a court.
Hi, Pam.
So we have a trial.
Hold on, I'll be right back. Where's Winston? I need Winston. Winston. Never mind. Winston's napping. I'm not gonna bother him.
I am very sorry to see things go this way, Your Honor. I have done the best I can under my limited circumstances.
You don't have to be sorry about it. It's what I do every day. So,
All right, Your Honor.
so we'll have a trial. Emily? Abby, when can we have a trial?
Okay, I'm not,
Hold on, I'm just trying to get a trial date. Just hold on, as soon as she decides to give me one. I'll set you non-jury trial, March 27th. 2027, 2024, 9 a.m. That is in person at the courthouse.
Your Honor, you do realize that I have great difficulty being in
Oh no.
and all of the and being in your courtroom because of all of the electromagnetic frequencies in your courtroom. That's why I'm on phone Zoom every time. I suffer
I'm
physical.
setting it in, ma'am. I'm setting it in person. If you send me something medically that may make me change my mind,
Okay, I feel like I'm not. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm computer illiterate, but don't even like non-wireless electronics, don't they still emit like a minor EMF, like electromagnetic frequencies? Like don't like it's a small, but don't they still do it? Yeah, that's what I thought. So then how the hell is she using Zoom?
and I may let you appear via Zoom, but I'd have to have something from a doctor that the court can check out. Otherwise, I will expect both parties in person.
Yes, Your Honor, I will present to you that evidence, and I appreciate your consideration. And
I'm making it right now that this is set for non-jury trial in person.
all right, and sir, I just want to let you know I was not yelling at you.
I thought. That's what I thought. That's what I thought, that every electronic device out there emits some type of EMF in one shape or another. Maybe a small amount, but they all do. So the fact that she's on her phone or on a Zoom call.
Her phone was all the way turned up, and
Ma'am, it's okay. If you were yelling at me, I just tell you don't do it. I get what you're saying. That's fine. I've been yelled at by a lot of people. Doesn't bother me. Thank you.
Sir, you do not deserve it. Thank you. Goodbye.
You're right. I don't deserve it. Thank you.
My goodness.
All right. Who said that? Alan. You need to calm down. Say too much.
Well, I guess that'll be exciting. All right, I think that's where we're gonna stop here, guys. Keep it short and sweet. After this, I'm going to log out, take out the trash, take care of the rest of the laundry, and fix my recording file so I can actually record stuff on stream. And then yeah, thank you guys for watching. I will be I said I'd be on tomorrow. I don't know. I'm gonna say tentatively yes. But if not, I'll probably be back on Thursday, and definitely for sure Friday. But Wednesday and Thursday are kind of up in the air. But I gotta take care of that. I might actually go back on live. I might actually be back live tonight for some more Helldivers. It's a lot, it's a lot of fun. And so check me out there. But thanks, guys. You guys have a good night. As always, take care. Thank you for the likes. Biggin, thank you for the raid. And you guys have a good rest of your evening. All right. Take care. Adios.